I'm Arran, and today I'm reviewing something I've been waiting for quite a while, which is the Tenga Warrior from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 1995 movie and the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers season. So let's get on and have a look at him, shall we? So here's the Tenga. I absolutely love him. He's well built. Now, he is really heavy, so you might need some sort of a stand. But if you stand him in a certain way, like what I've done, he does stand. But if you want to pose him in a slightly different pose, then you will need a stand. Now, one thing I will also tell you about him is the head does come off, but it won't fit any other helmet, any other Ranger head on it, because it's a different ball joint. But yeah, I absolutely love it. It took about 6 months to get to me, because it kept being delayed because of COVID. But it's finally arrived, and I actually have 2 of these, and they're exactly the same. The reason I got 2 is because I wanted one in here, which, as you know by now, I'm in my man cave, and I wanted one in my bedroom. So that's why I brought 2. And the articulation for this, I will say, is a lot different than the Rangers, because this is bigger, obviously. But yeah, he's good. I love all his colours. He's two-toned, actually. If you look at him, he's got several different colours on him. The thing that I find really creepy about him is his eyes. They're very beady looking. His mouth. But first, the thing I'm going to show you is the beak wasn't open before, but now it is. And I must say, I love the way the beak opens. Now, the one thing I will say is the beak is not that easy to open, so be prepared for that. It's very friendly to get open, and it only opens as much as what you see there. So don't force it anymore, because you will snap it off. So please just be careful of that. And the articulation for this, I will say, is a lot different than the Rangers, because this is bigger, obviously. Articulation wise, the arms move up. Again, they are quite stiff because of the body armour, or the chest armour I should say. They go round like that. They don't do a 360. So I said in the video that the arms didn't do a 360, but they actually do, I found out. They're just very stiff. But I think as you play with it, they will unstiffen. But they do turn like that. And the joints, I will say, will get looser as you pose it more, because at the moment they are quite stiff because it's brand new. Both arms move up and down, and they do go outwards like that. And again, that is quite stiff, and if you hear a click, don't worry about it, it's just the joint where it's new. And I believe, yep, hands do a 360, which are quite tough to do, but again, they will loosen. Plus you have different hands to put on, which these also do pop off, so you can put the other hands on. The head moves. I found a way of getting his head to move easier. Now, he does look a little bit weird without his feathers on, but if you want him to turn his head round easier or look up and down a lot more, then you can take his feathers off. The head just pops off because it's on a ball joint, and the feathers just pull off. And again, I'd say he looks a bit weird, but he does, his head does move and go around like that. So he can look to the side and look to this side. So yeah, it is a lot easier, and he can look, if I go like that, he can look up and down. But yes, he does look weird, but if you want to be able to turn his head easily, then I recommend you take his feathers off. Now, I think over time, with the feathers on, the more you do stuff with it, I think it will loosen. So I do think you will be able to do it over time a lot easier with the feathers on. So you will get more movement with the feathers off, but you will, I think if the feathers are on, and as much as you keep using it and turning the head and stuff, I know it will get easier, because I found that with a lot of lightning collection figures, the more you twiddle the heads around, the more flexible they get. And if I pick it up and show you the feathers, it's rubber and it just comes off and pops back on. Doesn't do any harm or anything. It's really solid, so it's not going anywhere. This is what it looks like on the back or the underneath part of it. So yes, I found a little kind of hack there on figuring out how you can get the heads to move easier. And one other thing I found out, which I said didn't move around, was the whole entire waist piece moves around like so. Now I will say that does crack a bit when you're doing that, but like I said before, that's because it's brand new. So yeah. And the leg wise, they go out like that, and so far out like that. They bend at the knees, which It's quite stiff again, so make sure you don't break the knees. Feet do move, obviously for posing purposes. He can bend down to the torso, but again this does make him look as though he's sticking his butt up in the air. He can move like that, but again that's very limited because of the way he's built and the armour. I will say though, I do love this shade of purple on him. I really do. Now, one thing I will say about this is it's quite stiff. About the armour is it's quite stiff, kind of rubbery material. So make sure if you do the articulation of bits that you don't push it too far, then it will rip it. Another thing I really like, and you guys will comment on this, it does look as though he's wearing a diaper, a giant purple diaper, and that has some movement in it, but not a lot. But I think the movement in it is mainly for articulation. And if you look on the show, on the movie and on the season, the colour is perfect. Because one thing I'll fill you guys in on is the suits that are on the TV show, not on the movie, just on the normal TV show, the same suits that we used on the movie. And one thing that is quite weird about this colour purple is if the light catches it, it does kind of make it kind of shimmer a bit. But yeah, I absolutely love this thing. If Hasbro still have it in stock, I'll put the link down below. But these are well sought after figures. But I'll tell you one thing, Hasbro do normally get a second run of these, and sometimes even a third run. But they do go like hotcakes, so just be prepared. If you want them, grab them. But one thing I will also add to this is you're only allowed to buy 2 per person. Now, from Hasbro, you're only allowed to buy 2 per person. Now, if you ordered 2 from Hasbro and another one from different company, then you'd be able to have 3 because it'd be from a different company. But it's only, you're only allowed 2 on Hasbro Pulse. And I absolutely love these. I give them my ratings for these. Just before I show you the accessories, I'll tell you my rating. I'll put the accessories on, I'll tell you my ratings. My ratings for this is, 10 out of 10. But yeah, the faces on the original ones were pretty bad. In fact, they were even more creepy, the faces on the original ones, than this, and that's saying something. So I'm now going to show you the accessories, and he does have a lot of them. So I'm going to show you them now. Now, one of my favourite things I'm going to show you first is this egg that you got with it, which is a really nice touch. They actually included this, and in the show this is the vampirus egg, which the Tenga's plant just outside the temple where Ninja is. But yeah, I love the colours, looks fantastic, has little kind of cracks in it. But yeah, it's absolutely great they included this, and I didn't actually think they were going to include this. I was hoping they would, but I didn't think they were going to. But it's great. So next thing I'm going to show you is the effects piece, which I wasn't actually expecting the Tengas to come with one of these, because they didn't really do much in the thing with effects in the show. They were just really fighting hand-to-hand combat with the Rangers. So yeah, I'm really glad they included this, especially considering it wasn't in the show, this effect. So it's a great thing to include. As you can see, it's kind of this see-through white plastic, and compared to the other ones, this one's actually quite thick, so it's very well steady. Now, I haven't tried this on the Tenga yet as the effects piece. Now I'm going to show you the pair of hands, and he actually has two pair of hands, which obviously one set's on him at the moment. This is kind of these are fist hands. Again, they're quite creepy looking, and I think these hands are a lot bigger than the hands you get with the normal figures. And I also love the kind of colour and the look of these. It looks fantastic. So I'll show you the other hand now, and with the same style of hand. And yes, it is. And one thing I've just noticed with these is the bends in the fingers are much more pronounced, as you can see. But yeah, looks absolutely fantastic, these hands. Now I'll move on to the wings, and again there's a lot of these wings. Now I haven't tried these on the Tenga yet, so I don't actually know where they're supposed to go or what they do. I've just got these ones on him for now, which don't have the wings. But again, these are also two-toned, which again, I love the two-tone colour on these. I absolutely do. As I said before, the wings are two-toned, and I absolutely love the colours you get on these. Again, I've not tried these on the figure yet, so I'm not exactly sure what they're going to do. But one thing I actually will tell you about these is they're rock solid, so there's no chance of breaking them. They are completely rock solid. So I'll show you another part of the wings. It's actually a different part this time. I told you there's a lot of wing bits. Here's another wing piece which has that amazing green on it again. Or greeny blue actually, I think it is. Again, this is rock solid. Colour wise. Actually, yes it does. But yeah, I'm really glad we got these wings, and I'll show you another piece because there is, as I said, a lot of these. Now the bits I'm going on to now are slightly smaller. They're still part of the wings, but they're smaller. So this is, as you can see, a smaller bit, which is two-toned again. It's got that green on it. In fact, I think all these pieces of the wings have the greeny blue on it. But this is different style on the wings, I think this. So, here's another part of the wing which is also two-toned. Now, as you can see, this is a lot smaller. Again, I don't know what these do because I haven't tried them on the finger yet, so bear with me on that. I will try them on the finger. Another small piece, which again is different style. Now, the one thing I've just noticed on these is they do have the same paint on them, but some of them are thicker style of paint and some aren't. And some of these actually have more paint on them than others do. So, next piece. And as I said with what I just said about some have thicker colours on them, this is an example of that, because it's a lot thicker colour-wise. And again, the colours weren't actually on the wings in the show. So, again, that's a nice touch. Now, I'll tell you why I think they did this. Because if you've seen the 1995 MMPR movie, then you will notice the Tengas in this are actually, obviously, Ivan Ooze's Tengas. And that's why the Tengas are purple. Because of, obviously, Ivan Ooze. So, next piece of the wing is this piece. Then there's two more little bits, I think. This is another bit of the wing. Now this actually doesn't have very much colour on it at all. It has colour, but not a lot. So, yeah. Again, this is a great part of the wing, which, again, I don't know what these do because I haven't tried them on yet. So, two more parts of the wings actually, because I told you there's a lot. It's another piece which is actually a lot smaller, which does have a little bit of colour on again, but not much. And two more parts of the wing left, well, one actually, which is this one here. This is the second to last part of the wings. Again, this has a little bit of colour on it as well. Show you the last part of the wings, which is this part here. Now, this actually has, I think, no colour on it at all, which is really surprising to me, that, because all the other pieces have colour on them, pretty much. I'm really surprised they haven't put colour on this. So, here he is with his first set of wings on and the egg in his hand with the effects piece. Now, the wings are quite kind of fiddly to do, but they do just push on in the little grooves on the arms, if you look, and also on the wings they've got letters like R for right, L for left, which is very clever. I didn't actually notice that straight away. So, what I'm going to tell you about the accessories now is The wings look absolutely fantastic, and they actually do look exactly like the ones on the show. Now onto the egg. Now, the egg is an absolute bugger to put in the hand. There's a hole on there for a finger to go into. Seeing these in the show and seeing this pose is just incredible. There is a hole for the egg, for the finger to go in on the egg, which getting the finger in the hole is quite fiddly to do. But the pose looks absolutely fantastic. Looks just like the one on the show. And actually there's a little thing I'm going to point out about the egg, which if you've watched Mighty Morphin you will know that the egg is actually a vampirus egg, who is the monster in the Ninja Quest, who appears outside the temple and calls out Ninja. Now, that's the first effect with the wings. Now I'm going to put the other effects on with the wings. So, yeah, let's try the second one, shall we? He has his other set of wings on now, which look absolutely amazing. And his fist hands. Now, on one of the hands, well, actually on both, but one in particular, the detail on the claw is really detailed. It's really creepy, and those of you that know the Tengas, if you look closely at their hands are actually like that. Yeah, looks absolutely fantastic with these wings on. Now these wings are the other wings. These are the second pair of wings. And again, they look fantastic. Both the fists look fantastic. And this whole figure is just absolutely fantastic. This whole design, this whole accessory pack thing, which they actually included a lot more than what a lot of people thought they would. And I'll just turn him around and give you a better look at the wing, but better look at the back of the wings. There you go. And I love the colour pops on these. Look fantastic. One thing I will say, and this can get really annoying, any slight knock on the beak shuts the mouth. That's the only annoying thing about these. Any slight knock on the beak, the mouth closes. But yeah, I absolutely love this thing. I love all the accessories. One thing I will also point out about this is, I think all the lightning action figures have these, but I'm not 100% sure. You can get stands that have like little pointy bits on them that you can plug figures into. And I've just noticed on specifically this one, but I do think all the other lightning collection figures have it as well. But these have the holes in their feet to be able to do that. Now, I don't know how well that would work, because again, these are quite heavy. But I think if you maybe got a metal stand, it'd be alright, because it's less weight. Or you'd even out the weight. because as you know, metal's quite heavy. And please, by the way, that it's about a certain type of Ranger, aka Tommy. I've since found out that I don't know whether it will be this year, it could be next year, but I've since found out there's going to be a Dragon Sword. Oh, and one other thing I will add to this is the Ninjetti Rangers have just been announced from this season and the movie, so can't wait for those. They look absolutely amazing. And they Black and Blue are out for pre-order now. But anyway, that's the end of this review. Thanks for watching. I'm Arran, and I'll see you later.